went through the hotline. Oh, mate, they are coming for you. Adelaide fans. You're entitled, aren't you?
I'm not entitled.
You are.
I'm not the one sending me selfies from the Adelaide Hill with my middle finger up.
Did they actually?
Yeah, heaps of them were.
How many of them?
Oh, I got about 3 or 4.
Just a couple of rats on the hill, just sending your fingers.
Little bastards.
Love that. Hey, it's going to be a good episode. I'm doing Dry July. Not really like for any reason, just to have a bit of a circuit breaker. And it's been 2 weeks and I'm just so much better than everyone else. Like I look at someone like you. Do you drink on the weekend?
Yeah, I had a couple.
Loser. Not chasing your dreams or goals. Me. Clear. Clarity. Goal-driven processes. How do we get to A to Z? I know how to do that because
Really?
I am better than everyone.
Yeah. And you certainly look more empowered.
I'm getting Botox soon.
Whereabouts?
I think it's a group decision from the community.
Yeah.
Yes or no if I'm allowed to get Botox in my forehead.
In your forehead?
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, okay. So a few lines. But that's sort of
There's
normal.
a few there, mate. I need to sort it out. We should go get. I get Botox and you get BBL. Done?
That's still on, is it?
Yeah, we'll do a group
Okay.
decision. All right, let's get
Righto.
into it. Hey guys, welcome to the Dan Does Footy podcast. You can find more of Dan Does Footy on the website, Spotify, YouTube, and socials. Rinse off. See ya. There was heaps of sick kids and I was like, where are they? Kick him harder. Kick him all harder. Punch him in the face. I'm bloody horizontally trained, if you get what I mean. Boner. Tough crowd today. Should we say this is the line? If you don't hear the next bit, it's over the line? Okay, so if you don't hear the next bit, I've got over the line. This just walk past Punt Road. He dips in. Hey, what around a football Monday, the best day of the week. Absolutely love a Monday. Thank you for tuning in wherever you are, however you're listening. We're just glad that you are here. What around? Round 19, and we're still no closer to knowing who are the teams that are good and which teams that stink.
Yep.
Round 19, no idea. 2nd to 13th, there's 8 points in it.
How good's footy?
Footy's the best.
It's the best.
It is the best. What a round of football, a big round of football. So we got Hawthorn who are 13th with 9 wins. The Blues are 2nd with 11. Put a blanket on those and have a guess at who's going to make the top 8. But hey, actually, you know what? Round of applause for the season. Good season. Now, outside of a few dodgy umpiring calls and some rule changes and some tribunal hearings, what a year we're having. We'll have an absolute year.
And still so much to go.
So much to go. 6 weeks to go of the season.
Yep.
When we play finals. But before we get into that, Trump almost died.
Yeah, that's I was thinking about that yesterday. That this will be a thing that it'll be taught in schools.
President assassinations, a big thing over there. Almost got knocked off yesterday.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. It was actually pretty scary. Like watching it, I broke on the TV and the news, and then takes a bullet to the ear, gets up, fixes his hair, he's bleeding from his ear, and then walks off like a gangster.
I don't know about a gangster.
Oh, mate, he took a bullet. That's pretty gangster.
Yeah, and then immediately copied the Black Lives Matter movement by fucking lifting
that bit was rogue at the end.
Don't know about gangster, but
A lot of people were saying it was set up. I was like, there's no way that he's done that. You know what? He just becomes a president again now. He's so far in front after now being shot.
I think the thing is that where you could probably put your tin hat on is if you're getting shot in the ear, surely you're getting shot in the head. Like it feels like,
I mean,
how?
he's
How
got
did you not?
He's got a big head as well. He's a sniper's dream.
Totally.
Yeah. I mean, wow. It was crazy scenes. You're right, though. Like, everyone's saying that, Biden wasn't winning, so they tried to knock him off. Maybe it came from Biden's camp. It was just wild.
It's a bit of a moment.
If you're an American and you had to vote, who are you voting for?
Oh, 100% the Democrats.
Yeah.
Without a shadow of a doubt. And the thing is, it doesn't matter. I mean, welcome to Dan and Ollie Do Politics, but the thing is with what's going on with Joe Biden is that, okay, I totally understand that he's not the best candidate to be the face of the Democratic Party, but it is a party. It's less of a dictatorship that what Donald Trump wants to create. So even if you're not a massive fan of Joe Biden, you have to be a fan of what the Democrats want to do as a collective. And so that's what is a concern about people that have got this obsession with Trump. It's that, but you don't look at the bigger picture as to
What's happening out there in the world.
What the party will achieve. I don't really care that Joe Biden sometimes falls asleep, don't you?
No, I'm all for it. We all fall asleep sometimes at work.
It's not that rare to just freeze.
Now, this is where I really thought the podcast was going to go straight away for Monday, but he was pretty bad over the weekend. He called Ukraine's Prime Minister...
President Zelensky called him Putin.
Probably not the great one to start calling, the president of a country who is probably trying to bomb you to the ground and make you nothing. Putin is not a good start. He then called Vice President, whoever the Vice President Harris Trump.
Yep.
He's losing his mind a little bit, man. He's scary. It's a lose. Surely out of all America, this is the way I always think about it.
Yep.
Surely out of everyone who is American, there's two better candidates.
Yep.
Are you telling me they're the best two?
No.
One's 94 and one's 80 something and almost got shot.
No, I'm totally with you there.
It's crazy. How was your weekend?
Good. I'm a little bit distracted though because we're gonna have to figure out a way to do this in an episode. But there's a button on my machine here that says voice disguiser.
Press it. See what happens.
Hello. I can't hear it.
Can you not hear it?
No.
Oh, it's very funny.
Is it? Do I sound like me?
You know who you sound like? It could be like the Christopher, the guy who emailed Zak Jones, going,
Oh, that psychopath. Yeah, hello, this is Christopher. Just want to say Zak Jones, that email didn't mean to send it off my iPhone. It was actually supposed to come off my laptop. It's embarrassing that it said sent from my iPhone. In the end, that's not how I wanted to sign off. I apologise. I still mean everything I say, but I didn't mean to end it with sent from my phone, okay? Sorry. I'm a psychopath. I buried someone.
You're going to love listening to that back. That was a lot of fun. So there you go.
Right. Thank you. How's your weekend? You had a 30th. You got loose as.
Yeah, went off in Collingwood. Got to watch
yeah.
the Carlton game at the New Albion.
Joint town.
Yeah. It was it wasn't, but it was fun. And then managed to get home for the Saints game.
Oh, that disaster.
Watched a half of that and then put the Chamber of Secrets on.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I got the chopsticks out for that one.
For Chamber of Secrets?
No, for that and the Saints game.
Yeah.
Just disgusting.
But I don't think, and we'll go over it. It's like, I felt not as bad about St Kilda having a bad performance. It just was a hard game. Like the rain was terrible.
It was a hard game for everyone, I think.
It was just...
Both teams, both supported. But shout out to everyone who went to Adelaide Oval and put on a bit of plastic. Shout out to the people on the hill who stood there with West Ends and just copped rain for 2 hours. Like, it's actually a good effort.
Yeah, I'm not really going to give too many people on that hill a shout out because...
No, and if you are in Adelaide, whether it's a Port game, an Adelaide game, keep sending Ollie selfies if you give him the finger on the hill.
Even a Port game.
Yeah. I think anyone in Adelaide, you can go to the hill, give him the finger. You got a 10K wish list.
Yeah.
Run us through it because you're close. What are you at now?
I think we've got about 130 followers to go.
130 opportunities is what I hear of who can be your 10,000th follower.
It's a big thing, isn't it?
It is. So who's your wish list?
Okay, so I mean, obviously I just want to get there in general. Like that's sort of priority.
Just stop now.
Priority number one. But I've put together a bit of a wish list as in a perfect scenario. Because I had some weird ones on the weekend.
Who?
The weirdest was 360, the rapper.
Whoa, really? I had some weird ones as well.
Like... What?
I had some great, not weird, just like people that are like, I don't know, like, how did you get here? And I'm so glad you are. But I had, and now we're really good friends. He's a great friend of the show. We love him. He loves the pod. He loves us.
Yeah.
Rule?
See, I don't know who that is. Is it a singer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, mate. He's a big dog. He's massive. So we love him. He loves the doggies.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
So an Australian guy, is he?
Yeah, I think he's from Sydney.
Yeah, okay, right.
Big guy. But yeah, there's some people coming to us that we wouldn't have thought.
Very odd. So no particular order. Nick Revolt and Stephen Mill, obviously, would be unbelievable. My soccer dream would be Jackson Irvine.
Who's that?
So he's a Socceroo.
Okay.
Rupert Grint.
That's never going to happen.
Yeah, well, this is a wish list.
I wouldn't allow it.
Okay. Stephen Merchant, who wrote The Office and Extras.
The big tall guy?
Big tall guy, yep. Rowan Marshall, still haven't got one back from him, so that would be quite good. Theo Von.
Yeah, big.
Yep.
Big.
Lockie Neal. I reckon he's my favourite player who doesn't play for St Kilda. I love him.
He's pretty cool with it.
Yeah.
Tats are a bit... I keep looking at him. I thought yesterday in Perth it was like a dirt mark, but it's just like a bird on his bicep.
Yep. Couple more. Anthony Edwards from the Timberwolves.
That's a chance, I reckon.
Snoop Dogg.
Oh, my God.
Magda Sabansky.
Wow, okay.
And then the last one, which is... I think the dream.
Me.
No, so after all this time. No, so 130 to go. By the end of the week, I'd like to reach it, and I'd like Jack Black to be my 10,000th follower who's performing in Melbourne on Saturday night.
You're going to message him, aren't you?
Well, I reckon I want you to.
What do you want me to say to him?
I want you to message Jack Black and say, hey, mate, like, you obviously don't know the show, but here's the thing.
Oh, he would.
Like, would you mind? You can unfollow him.
Yeah, but please just give him like an hour of it.
Yeah.
All right, leave it with me.
That'd be huge.
Okay, done. We'll work on that.
All right.
Big moment for you. 10K party will happen then?
Yeah, yep. I reckon we'll leave it a couple of
break.
weeks and leave it for the finals and then get
Yeah,
into it.
well, we'll get there. Then we'll do the party in the week before the final starting.
Exactly.
That's the best one. So
That's
there's still something on for everyone to get to.
Yeah.
That's good, mate. Well, you've had a good week, an exciting week coming up. I had a bad week.
Mm.
Blues lost against, there's another 14 Ks added to the Gatorade lose by run by. They're happy. They're laughing over there in their little Gatorade castle.
Yeah.
Laughing at my hip. That's shaking. We're in all sorts here. Someone did ask, so we're at 26 Ks I'm going to run.
Okay.
We play North on Sunday. I swear, man, if they lose to North. So let's just say, let's be honest here. I'm running 26 Ks. I might as well run it on the Sunday morning. That's how confident I am before the game. Like,
Yeah.
We're not losing to North.
No, that's true.
So I'm going to run the 26 Ks on the Sunday morning and then watch the game. Someone did ask, P. Collier 89 here asked if I'm the youngest person to potentially need a hip replacement. Which isn't a bad question because I saw the doctor last week.
That's
and what
true.
he said.
Well, that's true.
I mean, they had to take the dog out of there first and then replace the hip. But no, there was someone who was 11 years old who did have a hip replacement. Now, she did have like a degenerative disease, which explains a lot more. I've just got a sore hip.
yeah.
Still going to be a rough trot for me at 26 Ks.
Yeah. You'd be up there with one of the youngest in just your field. Like just in terms of a normal, healthy
Yeah.
young man.
I will be seeing the surgeon after the season's done.
I think that's wise.
Because I still have to do this in finals.
Oh, true.
When they play finals, so they could get done by 50 in a final and them all sorts.
Yeah.
But this will be probably what do we got? This, then another 4 or 5 weeks to go. So hopefully this is the last longest, 4-week block I have to run.
So the North game's the last game of this
They got a
block.
Sunday game against North. Yeah, of this block. And
Yep.
then we go into, I'll do a 5-week or 6-week block, I think.
Yeah.
It's just easier.
Yeah, okay.
Which is probably scary.
Risky.
Run the
but-
gauntlet. That's what I do. So I'm really, really shaky. Little Dan really caught off over the weekend. Now I've lost control of it. There's no bringing it back now. Like this, you guys have just ruined everything for me.
Here's a question. How do you feel about Lil Dan? Like Lil, like a rapper?
I hate
So that's no better to just Little?
There's little and little the same. You're making me smaller, Ant-Man Dan. Like, it's just,
Okay,
how
now it's-
small do you want to make me? Like, it's horrible. And you're getting bigger.
Ant-Man Dan.
You're a giant Ollie. Like, it's really, really bad. So we've lost all control. It's so funny. Like, clearly, there are people that listen to this podcast. We love you.
Yep.
There's new people that have jumped on and have got the Little Dan stuff. And there's people that are probably listening this first time. You're going, what is Little Dan? What is Pom Pom stuff?
Yeah.
It's so funny on the Instagram that all the Little Dan comments are happening. And there's half the people that know it from the podcast and then half that don't listen to the potty. And they're like, hey, man, what does Little Dan mean? Like, I don't get it. You're going to have to listen.
You're going to have to listen.
You have to listen to find out.
But I appreciate that they will still just say it.
Mate, there's people who don't listen to the podcast that will call me Little Dan. Like you, I know you don't listen to the podcast. It's
Yeah.
like my family calling me Little Dan. I was like, Dad, stop. I know you don't listen to the podcast, Dad. Stop calling me Little Dan.
I love the Little Dan and Big Ollie Instagram pages.
So
that have been
funny.
added. So good.
You had like an AI image for Big Ollie.
No, that's me.
Is it actually you?
Yeah.
You've started the pages, haven't you?
No, I haven't. But I will
Bullshit.
say, whoever did has nailed me. Like they're following 10 people. And it's you, Dan Does Footy, St Kilda. Then it's just like Ari Schoenmaker, Dan Butler, St Kilda, Harry Potter, and then Wines Tasmania. And I go,
That's so good.
I'll go, fuck, that's way better than the people I follow. That's great.
Yeah, they've nailed that. I don't know. I saw Little Dan. It's just like me crying. That's the only picture.
Oh, in the Carlton.
Yeah, and the Carlton hat. That's
Yeah.
very, very funny. Euros. Whoa. Spain. Congrats to Spain. Shout out to our Spaniard listeners. We love you. We're big in Spain. I think we got 0.3% listeners in Spain.
Spaniards.
Gracias a por favor.
Yeah.
Guapa chica.
Really?
You know what that means?
No.
Hot chicks.
Oh,
Learned that because I went to Barcelona on a footy trip. Was single. Guapa.
that's
0 girls. Legend. Yep, they love me in Spain.
Yeah.
But the Euros is
How
on.
good Spain.
You
Yeah.
watched it. You tried to go to a pub at 5 a.m.
I did think. Well, a lot of the places were ticketed, but I thought
Hey,
They'll
Big
get-
Ollie rolls in.
yeah.
They know what's happening.
They'll get the DM and they go, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Because you were trying to message him saying, hey, if you let Big Ollie in, I'll give you a shout out on Instagram. Put up one story.
I mean, clearly I didn't say that, but it was very much the tone of the message. It was very much like, hey, legends, love the cherry bar or CQ.
The cherry bar.
Or CQ in the city.
Yeah, Big Ollie's rolling in.
Yeah, and there was a lot of, I'm just trying to figure out, which is the
good,
best place to
good
go.
lead in. Yeah,
not,
if you can, I'm trying to figure out, if you can do something for me, would love to chuck something up on the story to say thanks.
I'm just figuring out the best fit for me because I've got options. It's not that I don't not have a ticket to all these events.
Yeah. What can I do for you?
Watched it at a mate's place. So
Great. Oh, did you actually? You got before. So what time did you get up? Or have you gone all the way through? Such a fucking legend, man. Don't need sleep.
no, 4:15, got up.
Legend. I was getting home by then. Revs.
I think they showed it at Rebs.
Oh,
Imagine that.
would give me so much anxiety.
I know.
Imagine being off your gums and the Euros is on. Just watch it.
The fused hands. I like that.
Is football on? Am I seeing things or is football on? So you went to mate's house at 4.
Yeah, you got up at 4.
Run us through it. Because you predicted that.
Well, can I just say?
I went through the messages. People are angry at you.
Yes. I thought that if England were going to win, they'd do it via the penalties because they've traditionally been really bad at penalties. But this tournament, they've kind of shown that they're able to do that. And very much like when you talk about maybe even St Kilda, when you say that they drag people down to their level, that's very much been England this tournament.
Oh, they've been St Kilda of the Euros.
Well, in the sense that,
Boring.
yeah, they have. I mean, they up until
Stink.
the semi-finals, they had only won one game within 90 minutes. The rest have been extra time and onto penalties.
So winning, but kind of having chopsticks in the eyes.
Like lots of one
Getting ready. Okay. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So I thought that if they were going to do it, that would be the method that they would be able to bring Spain down. But that Yamal, the kid.
Well, Spain are like Sydney, aren't they? Hot and young.
They're so hot.
Yeah.
Oh,
So what happened? I didn't watch it. I tried it. I was going to watch it, and I
Yep.
realised I had to sign up to Optus. I was like, I'm not going to get up at 5 and get an Optus account.
Yeah.
I'm Lord of Telstra.
It's true.
I owe them lots of money,
Yeah.
I've paid a lot of money to Telstra.
Yeah, I mean, I've paid. I don't know.
Yeah.
Spain go 1-0 up after half time, and then Cole Palmer scores for England, and then 85th minute, I think it was,
heartbreak.
Spain do it. So yeah, it was pretty disappointing for them, but I loved to see it. It was great.
Fuck, lots of guapa jiggers tonight then.
Muchos.
Yeah, muchos.
Muchos dalientes.
Which means many cigarettes. Dalientes.
Dalientes.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Is that what cigarette?
No, I don't know. Okay, so they shit the bed pretty much.
Yeah, they totally did.
Fuck.
But you know,
Move
say
on.
la vie.
Because they haven't won anything since Saints, 1966.
1966.
I saw their tweet.
Very good.
What'd they say again?
They
welcome.
said, "I get you."
Yeah.
A drought, a cup
Great
drought
content by
66.
Saints. Yeah. Great content by them.
I mean, we have one Wizard Home Loan Cup, but that's unrelated.
Well, it doesn't really count, does it?
Well, I mean, England haven't won the equivalent, so
Well, true.
I will say that.
Okay, well, we're on England. Let's get into the hotline here because it did melt down over the weekend. Lots of them were about me again, just directed and
your
angry
show.
towards me about Carlton. And I've got it. You know what? It's a good week to be humbled again, 2 weeks in a row. I've gone the early crow. I think what the damage is here, that I'm insulting Collingwood on a Friday night and then eating and taking my own medicine on the Saturday.
Yeah.
Ever since I put that bloody cigar in my mouth, things have not been the same for Carlton. That cigar has been cursed. In Heeney Street, where I bought 2 bottles of Jack Daniels for that absolute rat junkie, he put a curse on me.
He did. He was actually just a witch. He wasn't
That
homeless.
rat, I'm going back to Smoke
Yeah.
Bar and Heeney Street to say, you need to undo this curse right now. All right, let's take it. Here we go.
Panthers footy hotline, yeah. Panthers footy hotline, yeah. If you've got a problem or a solution, then leave a message and we might read it. Unless we are really, really, really busy. Leave a message, yeah.
And you know what? Sometimes we are really, really busy. I mean, there's a lot happening in between a Monday and Thursday episode. Ollie and I are sitting here. We are just pressed for time.
Bid on, guys.
There's lots happening.
Bid
So
on.
this week, again, for like the 4th week, we're not busy.
Yeah.
And so we'll do a hotline.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Hello, Little Dan and Big Ollie. Hope you boys are well. I just want to let you know I am very well because it's my birthday today. And I got the best birthday present of all time. Watching your shitty Carlton Blues lose again. 2 weeks on the trot. Up the doggies. What a win for them. And you know what? They're just doing the mighty Cats a favour because they fucking get a big win over those disgusting Pies. Thank you for blessing us with your great pod as well, by the way. Catch us later. Ciao.
You know what? Happy birthday. I'm sure it was.
He panicked.
Well, that's okay. Happy birthday, mate. I am glad the Carlton could make your day.
I also don't know about being a massive Dogs fan and then being like the mighty Cats.
Yeah, I thought they don't like each other. Happy birthday, mate. Thanks for listening to the podcast as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, we love that. This is labelled Bomber Pub. This is going to be bad. I don't know what it is.
Hey, boys. I'm just going to keep it short and sharp. Fuck. Just got back from the pub. Figured Bombers lost. I'm going to fucking drown my sorrows. And now I'm laying here. My missus has fucking cracked it because I haven't messaged her all night because I've been at the pub. And now my team has been fucking smoked by a team with no ruckman. And I'm laying here just regretting everything. But I feel better knowing that the Saints and the Blues lost. But yeah, no, I'm over it. I'm fucking over it. The Bombers are fucking frauds. Put us on forward watch.
Yeah.
Permanently.
I mean, I have been trying to do that, but I keep getting abused for doing that.
Yeah.
So now, like, I think some Lesson fans are coming back to me.
Yeah.
It's a love-hate relationship we got here.
Oh, yeah.
They were really bad on Saturday.
Yeah, they
we'll
weren't
talk about it,
great.
but geez,
Yeah.
they were
Oof.
great in the rain too. This one's labelled Joe Biden. Could be Joe Biden.
Hey, Little Dan.
Oh.
Hi, Big Ol. Do you reckon that Carlton's performance is tracking on a similar decline to Joe Biden's cognitive health? I reckon there'll be a lot of similarities if you were to put them into a graph.
A lot of political chat. I haven't thought about it that much. Yeah, there is sometimes. It's like, I guess, Carlton sometimes do forget how to play football.
Yeah.
It's like, where are we? What's happening? What stadium is this?
Yeah.
But
Did he
yeah.
also say gruff?
Gruff. It's graph, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ollie. Entitled
here we go.
Crom fans, you reckon? Entitled to a fucking win. How about that? How about that, you fucking mudblood?
Yeah, you mudblood.
15th. Lolly.
Yeah, you are a mudblood. What does a mudblood mean? But you are that. I agree with him.
Do you?
There's a lot of those calls, like with this. I went through a few. Oh, God, no, shit. Oh, no, someone's... there's a lot of calls about you being a mudblood.
Well, that's just a flat out lie, but that's fine. I've got my papers.
Okay, this is from Ben.
G'day, Dan. G'day, Ollie. Look, I was going to take back my little blow off the handle last week about Nick Watson
Oh, yeah.
and Nate Caddy comparison. I was going to message you and just go, yeah, fuck him. Watson was pretty fucking shocking for most of that game. And then he got the match winner. And I don't know, man. Are we on? Are we on him or are we off him? I was ready to go, yeah, I might have overreacted a bit there, and he is a bit shit. But then he's gone and done it. I don't know if we're off him. I don't know if we're on him. The shushing the crowd is starting to piss me a bit. I know we're on shush watch. When he does it, I'll just go, ugh.
Yeah.
I
No,
I've got that.
Very confused. We know you don't know. I'm on him.
You're on him.
Yeah. Are you on him or off him?
I am undecided. I didn't
He's a wizard, though. You love wizards.
Yeah, but he scored 7 goals, 18 or something in his time in the AFL.
7-19.
19. And then his reaction after that goal was that I've got ice in my veins, which I just don't think you do. Like, not right now.
Well, actually, what he's normally has is a blood clot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got blood clots in my veins. We know that. 6-19, we know that.
But I appreciate someone messaging you just genuinely wanting clarification as to where we're at with things.
I'm
what
personally
is
going to say,
on?
yeah. So I think what's going to happen here is that a lot of the AFL and maybe the community is going to be off him because he has carried on a lot. I'm going to say I'm on him. He does some weird stuff. Yes, he makes the ball disappears in front of goal sometimes when he's having a set shot. It's very you know, it's hard to get a gauge on him. I'm on him.
Okay.
I'm on him because a few things. That was very good what he did.
Yep.
I don't mind a shush to the crowd when you're 30 behind and kick 6-19.
Sure.
Good confidence.
Yep.
And he's hard to tackle. you have 20 to 30 centimetres to work with to tackle him.
That's true.
From shoulder to hip.
Yeah.
That's all you've got. That's impressive.
That's true. I think it's also bold to be shushing a home crowd in Launceston against a team from Western Australia, to which there would have been about 4 fans.
He
there.
knew.
But
yeah.
still.
I think he was looking for the 4 fans from Freo.
Where
are
you?
they?
And then be quiet.
Yeah, I'm on him.
Fuck the Blues. Up the Dogs. Fuck Harry Potter.
I like that goal. I didn't like it at the start, but then he came home strong.
I mean, everyone got hit then.
Yeah,
which is fair.
You the hardest probably.
Well,
didn't have to say anything directly to you.
Hi, Dan. So I've kind of just did what you did, and I actually ended up in the ER. I got the chopsticks out and just shoved them straight in there, really fucking deep, just like that in the eyeballs, and they're done. I think I might go blind after watching St Kilda's performance tonight. So it's gonna be a decent day, decent night. Sorry, in the ER. Fuck's sake.
Very creative.
And he posted it anyway.
Yeah, I love that. It's good, by him to obviously tell Siri, "Hey Siri, go on to Dan Does Footy Instagram, go on to the hotline, start recording." Great effort.
I just love the panic. Oh, for fuck's but I'll still post it, whatever.
What a man. And that's what it
Good.
does. Sometimes
Good.
watching a Saints game forces you to get the chopsticks and shove them down your eyeballs.
Oh, very funny.
Jake.
Big Gauze and Little Ollie, how are we,
Thank
boys? Just leaving Adelaide Oval, drenched as a fish. Anyway, we're just walking across the bridge, and I emphasise the walking part because no one is running.
Wow.
And I'll tell you one thing, boys. It is as painful as my hemorrhoid, right? The one ply at Adelaide Oval doesn't cut it. Anyway, chat to you later. Cheers.
Well done.
Very
it was
good.
wet. That's not what you want, a hemorrhoid going to the footy
No.
with the one ply, because the toilet paper at the footy is one ply and it's horrible. You can't. Now, I've got to think about pooing in public. I won't poo anywhere outside my own
No.
toilet at home.
I've heard you say that, but I think sometimes I'd rather do that than shit yourself, which some of the stories you've told me, I go, maybe just go to the toilet.
No.
But can we maybe get a survey going? Who has done a poo at the football? Because it doesn't feel like it's a very good thing to do.
Doing a poo at the footy's not on, I reckon.
I don't reckon that's play on at all. I reckon it's a poo-free zone.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's very.
Right?
You can't be going to the footy and just chucking a shit. Because you're gonna miss the football.
Yeah.
2, there's one ply toilet paper, so you're pretty much just using your hand to wipe. And 3, you're gonna act like we haven't been missing for 20 minutes with 4 beers to make up for you doing a shit. Don't poo here.
Big D list from my behalf.
Yeah.
Don't poo at the footy.
No, pooing at the footy is definitely a red flag. It's not on.
That'd be a great Hinge profile question.
Now this is going to be
poo at the footy?
This is going to be a thing now because whenever we say something, people go and action it. So I don't want anyone sending us selfies of them pooing at the footy.
Maybe just confirmation whether or not you've done it.
If you
or do
see
it.
someone doing a poo at the footy and you can get some shoes under the cubicle, not over the cubicle,
Yeah, okay.
that's not on, but some evidence of someone's doing a poo.
Okay.
Let's just see who's pooing.
Maybe just from behind the line.
Good new insult as well to tell someone that they poo at the footy.
You're such a footy pooer.
You're a bloke that just poos at the footy, aren't
Yeah,
you?
you don't care.
Love. We'll do a couple more.
Melbourne! No Gorn, no Petrarca, no fucking worries! Get out of here, you pretenders!
Yeah. Again, Essendon fans. Love that.
Go Crows. Hey Ollie, St Kilda and everyone associated with that rabble of a football club. Why don't you go and get fucked back to your East Melbourne shithole? You're fucking shit. You're irrelevant. And you can't bloody beat the Crom. Go Crom.
Okay, firstly, south. It's more south than east. I don't really know. That's Hawthorn's area of the city. And I'll say it once, I'll say it again. They're just proving themselves right.
Oh, you are
That capital E word.
We have to go back there next year for Gather Round. We're going to have to sneak you in.
Yeah, I'm going to need some sort of
Trump security.
It's
You're going to get sniped at Gather Round.
on the hill.
You do. Next year, Gather Round, we'll get you on the hill doing the Trump. We're going to get security for you for Gather Round, I reckon. I know it's a long way away, but I'm 100% as a show, we'll use the budget to get 4 security guards stand around you and gather around.
You can see the image with just bloody, what beer do they serve there? Just
West Ends.
West Ends all over me.
Last one.
Good morning, little Dan. Big Ollie.
Hey, mate.
How are you, mate? But I just want to know what's going to be shot out more. Your fucking hip or Donald Trump's ear after Riley West is going to make you run 14 Ks on top of however many you lost by last week.
12.
Shouldn't have gone the early crow, Daniel.
No, I know that.
That's what little people do.
Oh.
Enjoy that run, mate.
It's a good call. It is a good call.
Saying that's what little people do is almost as bad as saying you take a shit at the footy.
Big people don't do that.
Wow,
mate.
thanks. And again, everyone who calls Hotline, like I cannot emphasize enough, there are so many calls on there and we love it. And now, look, given 70% of it was just saying fuck you, Goz, and little Dan, that's great. But thank you so much for everyone who calls up and, you know, we both got a bit of abuse. Thank you again. Let's get in the pod. A lot happened. Now, did you see the Vic Metro, Vic Country stuff?
I saw like the last couple minutes.
So what happened was they were gifted a win, Vic Metro against Vic Country to win the 18s championship.
Okay.
Luke Trainer gets a free 50 metres out with 10 seconds to go. He's going to have a shot off from 50. His defender gets up, sprays the umpire about a bad decision. I think actually what happened is Luke Trainer got a free kick.
Okay.
So the defender gets up, sprays the umpire, throws his hand in the air. The umpire says, hey, 50 metres. Luke goes to the top of the goal square with 5 seconds to go. 5 seconds to go in the game, kicks a goal. They're down by 5. They win by a point, win the championship. Unbelievable scenes that's happening out there. So at least we know at all levels the umpiring is consistent.
It's true.
You know, like that's all we're getting. Absolute heartbreak
You've
for the
only
country
ever
boys.
wanted consistency.
That's all we've, and we're getting it.
Yeah.
We're getting it down there. But it gave me anxiety because given the way that we've seen the game umpired this year, it just gave me a fast forward to grand final day of something like that happening in an AFL grand final.
And which it's usually pretty good on grand
With that
final
umpire
day.
grand final day?
Yeah, it's usually pretty good, I
Well,
think.
we do see the umpiring change in finals.
Yeah.
I think they put the whistles away more and let some stuff fly. But you could just see, like, you imagine that's heartbreak, obviously, for the country boys. But imagine if that happens in an AFL grand final. The town would burn down. It'll be horrible, horrible, horrible scenes.
Oh, could you imagine that happening in a Carlton Collingwood grand final
Oh, my
style
God.
situation? That would just be...
I'd go to AFL House if the Blues lost it like that.
Yeah.
It wasn't even that bad. He literally got up, he said something. Now, with the Senate, how bad do we think it's got to be? Because we knew early when they brought it in last year, the year before, it was like anything to the umpire was going. Now they feel like there's a bit more leniency. So unless he called him like, beep this bit out, that probably would be 50 maybe. But if it was like, mate, what the fuck?
So just throwing it back, am I right in saying that it was with the original level of dissent, it was just essentially having communication with the umpire?
Anything back to the umpire, when they first were hot on it, was just, if you talk back to the umpire, it is dissent. And so everything in the first 4 weeks was like, okay, can't do it. Free, 50-50.
Yeah.
Then they pulled it back a bit and said, okay, it's got to be bad. Like, you have to literally say, fuck you, umpire, to get a 50. So unless he said that, hard way to lose a game.
Very stiff.
Absolute heartbreak. All those kids, you know, when they pull in that jumper to get drafted, it's more than just, you know, raising your draft pick stock. You do it for the fucking big V.
You do it for the Metro.
You do it for Metro. You do it for SA. When I put on the SA jumper, I was like, I don't care about being a top 10 pick. I'm going to do it for the fucking SA.
Yeah.
I'm going to do them proud.
And now you'd probably pull on the big V, wouldn't you?
Well, nah, I'd run it back with SA
You would?
if I had to. Yeah. They'd love me to be there as well. The Heeney thing was crazy last week. We tracked it all week, so got a week in the end, which is always, in hindsight, probably going to happen.
Yeah.
Went to tribunal, didn't happen. Then went to higher up the AFL to have another hearing, and they said, listen, you've pretty much brought no new evidence to us.
Yeah.
You're just repeating, you know, the same thing to us. The Swans wanted the angle of, well, you haven't actually judged Heeney on what the rule says.
No.
You don't give him a fair case, and then the AFL didn't take long to see, like, hey, this is going to be a week regardless. So he came out and he apologised to the community on his Instagram, on the Swans Instagram, and said, look, I'm so sorry, this is bad. So this is what they released.
Guys, obviously extremely disappointed with that result. Pretty shattering, to be honest. But I just wanted to jump on here and give a heartfelt thank you. obviously the show of support from the club here, from the top down, being Tom Harley, Horse, Leon, and our lawyer Duncan. Thank you guys very much. Also wanted to jump on and just say thank you so much to the support from the fans, the members, and the wider community. It's been truly incredible. Just wanted to also say that I can guarantee one thing, and that's when I'm back, I'll make sure I do this club proud, the supporters proud, my family proud, and it starts this weekend. Obviously won't be on the footy field, but I'll be there to support the boys and the coaching staff and the staff at the club here, and then obviously I want to flow on from that and make sure this year's a special one. So thank you guys very much for everything, and I'll be back out there soon.
Yeah, just well done. Well said.
Perfect.
Well said.
Perfect.
Just gonna have so much vengeance when he's back. Gonna be scary for the league when he's back. So he did that. And everyone was like, you know what? We're sad for him. We feel for him.
He didn't actually need to do that.
Didn't need to do it, but he's a good bloke.
He's just the best.
Just a good bloke and said, I'm so sorry, everyone.
Yeah.
You come out. So everyone was like, that's cool.
Yeah.
And then the Giants said, fuck it.
Come on, man.
Absolutely no one was against this, and the Giants said, we're not missing an opportunity here. And they put Toby Green in front of the camera, and Toby obviously got a fine and became the most fined player in history. So then he released a statement as well.
Hey guys, obviously pretty shattered to get fined again over the weekend. I just wanted to jump on here and give a heartfelt
Reading his
sorry
phone.
to all the Giants fans and the wide AFL community, along with my family. I can guarantee one thing is that it will not happen again. That'll be tough. And I'll promise to pay the fine all by myself. I'll do everything I can to make sure this year is a special one. Again, thank you all for your support.
Okay. Play on or delist? Did you like it? Did you
Loved
not?
it. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, playful. You didn't like it?
Hated it.
Oh, lighten up, mate. Come on, have a laugh.
Maybe I do need to lighten up.
What do you like about it? You thought it was just a bit too far.
Yeah, I just think it's... I like when they joke around about themselves. Like, I love that. Like, they can just take that as far as they want. Like, it's just... That's just good humour.
Yeah.
But not our boy Isaac.
I know. Well, that's the one thing that I thought, okay, this is a bit... Maybe not to Isaac, but
Yeah.
I didn't mind it. It was a bit of fun, a bit playful. Now, Tom Harley did not like it. No, he came out before the game, said probably would have done it if it was our footy club.
Yeah.
It's very, and again, we say all the time, it's very much little brother just having a go at big brother.
Well, that's true. When you look at it like that, it's just funny because it's cute.
And everyone else was like probably more so the media, like Ralphie especially had this weird vendetta against it, but they're in business together, I'm pretty sure. They do the 5th quarter camps.
Who are in business, sorry?
Green and Heeney.
Well then.
So it's okay, yeah. So now you change your tone on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very funny.
Maybe I need 100% context. But on
True.
paper, I was like,
yeah, I liked it. I thought it was very, very funny. Very, very funny. Also, what's happening here, you love this. You strike me as someone who loves this woman.
Okay.
Katy Perry, grand final.
Okay.
Do you ever feel like a plastic bag?
Can you please shed some light on the fact of what is it about me? Is it
You
visual?
strike me as a glitter guy.
Okay, well, that's true.
Glitter sparkles and like, baby, you're a firework.
I quite liked her in her sort of hot and cold days because you're hot and you're cold.
Yeah. I mean, she's had some period, like different kind of phases in her life.
Yes, sure.
Well, she has some periods as well. Naturally, biologically, she's had a few periods, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Not sure how
good
that
factoid.
works. Now, a lot of women who listen to this podcast, not sure how that all works, but I'm going to actually back out of this before I get in trouble.
So Katy Perry, grand final.
Katy Perry, grand final. She's...
Hang on, is it on? Is it on?
We're almost there.
Right.
We're going to sign off. So costing us $5 million to get her for half an hour's work. Not a bad payday for her.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
A lot of cash.
Yeah.
So
Lots of...
what's her? She had a weird. What I was going to say, she had a weird like transition. She started off with I kissed a girl.
Yep.
We all thought that maybe she likes girls. She doesn't like girls. She just likes kissing them.
Yep.
And then she went through the phase of like, remember Migos? She had to cut her hair and she was doing rap stuff on stage.
Oh, yeah.
And now she did a full rebrand now where she was gone nowhere. Now she's like half naked and everything.
Yeah. I mean, there's enough that I can already think of her set list. So
Firework?
it would be... Yep. I Kissed a Girl. I think Hot and Cold.
I don't think she'll do I Kissed a Girl. AFL corporates would hate that. Think about all the fat cats go there, all the big brands. Like I think they're going to not like that.
Oh, so all of a sudden Pride Round is just a bit
well,
of a...
I don't know. I generally think that they won't let her do it.
Well, that'll be disappointing 'cause that's
Yeah.
my favourite.
Raw?
Oh, yeah.
Teenage Dream?
Oh, great song.
We're going to be here. Dark Horse?
Okay, take it away.
Last
No,
Friday
please.
night?
So are you the big Katy Perry guy?
No, I
Is
just
that
wrote it
what's-
down here before we
Okay,
came in
right.
here.
Okay, sure.
So I like it.
California Girls. That's good.
That is a good one.
With Snoop.
Yeah. What's the one with Oh no, it's Rihanna. Whoops. I like it. At first I was like, oh, Katy Perry, really? Like, what's she doing? But now that she's a pretty big name.
Yeah, I think that the only thing that we've really had to complain about with our acts is it's just like, yeah, okay, that would have been good 40 years ago kind of thing. Like, really.
I mean, we said about Kiss though, and they were very good.
Yeah, but I still maintain it would have been good 40 years ago.
Would have been better. Meatloaf?
You know.
Rest in peace.
Again.
He did.
Yeah, big time, unfortunately. So I think respect for getting an actual artist. Like, that's cool.
You know what they need to do? They need to go and just blow the budget on like Dom Dollar. Just blow the lid off it. I know you kind of cater to every audience. Like that's what the grand final event is really. We're catering for the majority of like people who maybe would just tune in to watch the big day, but they know Katy Perry.
Yeah, sure.
There's a lot of footy fans, but if you're going to cater to a footy fan, just blow the lid off it and go get a Fisher.
Sorry, Devils. Like we've got no budget left.
No,
But
so that stadium you want to build.
Yeah.
How about instead of a stadium, 3 tracks by Fisher?
Yeah.
That'd be in for that. I liked it. That'd be pretty cool. So yeah, let's try and get on the pod. Who should come jump on?
Well, probably not. But I mean, that would be the dream.
We'll send a message out to her. Big week for the AFL. The Summit is on, which means that they're all going to go to, I think they're going to Perth to meet about all the big issues in the game right now. So there's a lot of stuff they have to work through. They went to Werribee last year to do this, which was just a bizarre move.
Okay. And so who goes? It's just people at AFL House.
Every footy club sends a rep.
Yes.
So things to CEOs.
Yep.
So here we go. Clubs set to demand answers from AFL over draft at CEO Summit in Perth. AFL clubs will demand answers from the league on its contentious changes to the draft bidding system as they gather in Perth for a 3-day chief executives meeting this week.
Yep.
The clubs have been summoned by the AFL, getting a message, executive Andrew Dillon after a successful meeting last year in Werribee. That helped shape the competition direction. That's your first problem. Why'd you go to Werribee?
100%.
Smells down there. It does.
Where is it exactly?
Werribee. There's a zoo down out near, head to Geelong,
Oh,
you'll hit
yes.
it.
Yeah, yep.
Way out. Yeah. Clubs have been sparring with each other and the AFL over the academy system, travel inequities, the potential for 3 grand finals. The potential for 3 grand finals, I swear, if we have a 3 grand final series, that would be horrible.
I'm still kind of into it. I'm still kind of into it.
Are ya?
Yeah. And then a big fat ring for the winner.
No, yuck. That's my worst. And overall competitive balance. The league is also reviewing the season structure, so it's open to adding a 24th game to the season. More blockbusters in Perth around the WA Day public holiday and tweaks to the new look opening round. Some good things there for them to chat about. I don't like the 3 grand final system. I think that's horrible. I think there needs to be some competitive balance for sure. The academy bidding system needs an overhaul for sure.
Yep.
Which we've spoken about before, with kids go through the system by AFL clubs and they get poached by another team just because. So I like that they're going to have a 3-day summit. These summits really are a 1 day of work, 2 days of getting on the piss.
Yeah.
You know?
You don't need 3 days.
You don't need 3
for
days.
each topic.
They're going to have 1 day. What do we like? What do we don't like? Let's just get on the ball. Let's get on the beers.
Let's just go try and find Harley.
Yeah.
Just see where he's at.
So after day 1, Andrew stands there and goes, you guys hear that? It's the beers barking at us. Let's go. Let's go have some beers, and then just get absolutely blind for 2 days. Cool though. Lots of stuff for them to work through.
Yeah, I actually really rate the idea of having more blockbusters in Perth or Adelaide, because a lot of the time I do feel bad for those clubs. It's like, how many Sunday games do they get? Like, seriously.
Even their travel structure, like sending Freo to Tassie to play Hawthorn.
Yeah,
you know, like come on.
We could send a Melbourne club.
We
for
can.
That,
we
surely.
definitely. You can. If you're going to travel, this is a big trip for them to do.
Yeah.
So I like that they're meeting. There's a lot for them to work out. It's just going to see where they land on this stuff. But we'll see. We won't know anything until end of the year.
Okay, right.
Yep. But they're not going to come out and say we're doing this and this.
Yeah.
It's been an open chat until they land. They will have their hands busy, the tribunal this week, with the Charlie Cameron tackle.
Yes.
Yesterday. Did you see it?
I saw it. Thoughts?
I'll shave my head if he gets weeks of that.
Okay. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That was a tackle.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, no, it was a normal tackle.
So he's getting off.
Yeah.
He cannot get a week for that.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a good bloke, so that helps him. But we can't give weeks for just tackles now.
No.
Like that's a front-on tackle. There's nothing really wrong with it because his head hit the ground. Like, is that what we're going to punish him for?
There are a few of those this weekend too, weren't they?
A lot. The chicken wings back.
Yeah.
Thought we banned that.
No.
Is that now back now? Are we saying
I think it's back in a big way.
Wow, I thought we got rid of it.
Well, because also a lot of, in the last few weeks, I've noticed as well, when it came to the holding the ball rule, it was chicken wing central.
A lot of wings getting around.
Like holding the ball in one hand and then just it was chicken wing.
I feel like this week I've never been more confused on what holding the ball is.
Yeah, that's true.
It feels like now prior opportunity is gone. If you just pick the ball up and can't get rid of it, that's holding the ball, which I don't think that was the rule.
No.
Like, didn't we change it to... I don't even know why we changed it 4 weeks ago. I've forgotten why we changed it. Why did we change it? I can't remember.
What was it for?
What happened? What were we really
I think it was just because people were just holding on for way too long.
But now what I saw on the weekend was like, if you pick the ball up and whether it be half a second...
Yeah.
And you can't get rid of it by just dropping it on your foot or getting a handball out, then that is now holding the ball.
Yeah.
I've never been more confused with
It's starting to look reminiscent of when you play a game at a family function with a balloon and you just try and keep it up off the ground for as long as possible.
Yeah.
Like it's
pretty bad. I mean,
just get rid of it.
It's confusing now, and now we're having a lot of throws as well.
Yeah.
There's a lot of getting rid of the ball in a legal manner. It's a hot potato action.
Get rid of it.
I just don't know. I think, they're not going to change it. Hopefully who knows what they're going to do. They'll fix it next year, but I've never been more confused about holding the ball.
Summit. Add an extra
put it in the
day.
Summit. Yeah, they should. Brian Taylor. Now, Friday night was a funny game. A lot of commentary came around BT's commentary.
Mm-hmm.
He has a message for his critics. He's here to stay. This is an article that came out. I think he got on his podcast and said this. So the commentary has been, I think we've said it. We just felt like we maybe needed a fresh voice in there. Am I the guy to do that? Absolutely not. People say get guys in there. You don't want me in there. That's not my go.
No.
I can't speak.
No.
I stumble on words all the time.
Yeah,
don't I?
it's horrible.
That amount of stuff Ollie has to edit out because I've just fucked up a word is
That's
huge.
true.
I don't want to do it. But I think we need some new blood in there. And we are getting a new broadcast deal. I think it's next year.
Yes, it is.
And I think the plan is for Fox Footy going to change their team and bring in some new shows and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Channel 7 is looking to redo their team. So next year we'll see new commentators, which is great for the game. But BT has heard all the news and voice around him about how maybe poor of a year he's had being nice.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Being arse. Brian Taylor has a message for footy critics. He's here to stay. The veteran Channel 7 footy commentator has moved to clear the air over his standing at the network. Speaking on his podcast, Taylor says, I'm glad to be able to say that I have signed a 5-year...
Kenny Hinkley move from Channel 7.
Signed a 5-year deal at the 7 network. So for all those people out there wondering whether you like me or not, bad luck. You've got me. Now, I wouldn't have gone down that road today's Taylor's commentary often cops backlash on social media and was reported in the Herald Sun. He was nervous when his good friend, head of sport, Lewis Martin, exited the company during recent sweeping changes announced by the company. Yeah, I wouldn't have said that given the commentary that's on him at the moment. It's just the glazing. It's just the Dacos glazing in Collingwood games. That's where I find it at its peak form.
Okay.
Because you'd be like, Cameron, handballs to Trailer Frampton. And Frampton gives it a Dacos. Oh, Dacos arches his back. Have you ever seen a handball like that? Just a normal handball. Too much.
Yeah.
Too much mayo on it. Too much glaze.
Definitely picks a player for every team, and it's the star boy.
Yeah, it is.
So you've got the package. You've got Nick Dacos. You've got,
It's a lot. And it's just like the highlighting over and over again of something that happened. Like, Dacos got a corky. And it was like 5 minutes of being like, I think he's done his hammy.
Yeah.
I think he's done his hammy. Like, it's just a corky.
Now, I've not asked you this. What are your thoughts on roaming Brian? Where do you stand there?
I think Brian's in his best environment when he's on radio.
Ah, okay.
I think he's great on Triple M.
Yep.
I think where he's suited. The roaming Brian stuff, after a game, you just catch people off guard. So it might not come across. What do you think of it?
I used to really like it.
Yeah.
I used to think it was very, very funny.
I find it a bit intrusive to what's happening.
It's intrusive. And you know what? I actually also kind of feel bad for him because, you don't have a script and
it's hard.
When a player goes, don't want to talk and they're off.
All right then. Yeah, it's hard.
You just don't want that really uncomfortable moment where just no one wants to get involved.
Yeah. Regardless of how we feel of Brian, I think everyone's, has their opinion on him this year. Dogs keep barking, train keeps rolling, type of mindset, which I rate.
Yeah. Whether you like me or not, bad luck, you've got me.
Love that mindset. I'm here to stay, so bugger it.
Yeah.
Good on him. Obviously, let's see if they do some changes, which would be good, maybe, but who knows. Zak Jones, we spoke about at the start of the episode. Absolute psychopath. Emailed Zak Jones. His name's Christopher Kogan. Just know he's 100% buried a body somewhere off this email. Just has a body in a barrel in his house somewhere. This is the email he sent. He sent Zak Jones.
That's the real key here.
This is the psychopath part of the whole thing. He sent a fucking email. This is the email. Can you please fucking retire? You are so shit. Think you're fucking Chris Judd and cost us every week. I also know through a source, spelt through as thorough, horrible. I know thorough source that Ross thinks you're fucking shit, but there's little choice. Just full stop, fuck, full stop, off, full stop, you, full stop, you, full stop, shit. Sent from my iPhone.
He's not doing himself any favours, old Christopher, is he?
Christopher is a wanker. What an absolute weirdo to send an email.
Email, bizarre.
Crazy.
And just not true.
No, just think you're Chris Judd. No, he doesn't. Just because he also has a bald head doesn't mean he thinks he's Chris Judd.
Literally, Chris Judd didn't have sleeves of tats.
Yeah, exactly.
Zak Jones doesn't wear bandages around his shoulders.
Crazy. Spelt the word through as thorough, like a 9-year-old. I know through a source. Stop. No, you don't.
Yeah.
By saying you know through a source, you've told me that you've got no idea at all.
Yep.
Unless it is someone, man. Unless it is Ross the Boss. Inside job. Just like, and then sent from my iPhone.
Yeah, I've put underneath that very baby reindeer.
Yeah.
Sent from my iPhone.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Just crazy.
Nah, not into it, Christopher. That's just...
Step too far.
It really is. It's just, it's so...
You know how mad you got to be to send an email?
Yeah.
To be like, what's Zak Jones' email? Got him. Oh, sorry, this one. Sent from iPhone, send. Like, you got to be real mad to go and find an email, write an email.
Yeah.
Subject matter.
It's just so personal. You know, I was talking about this on the weekend. And it's like, look, there are so many people out there that I just don't resonate with, that I don't find funny, or that I don't think are very good at football. But it just does not cross my mind at any point to want to say those things to those people.
It's pretty funny. It's crazy. You got to be some kind of like crazy to send something like that. I get heaps. Like, obviously I get heaps.
Yeah.
It's great. I get so many. And now I'm your ones. I look at them like, you got to be really fucking mad to get on the phone and be like, hey, I don't know you, but fuck you, sent from my iPhone. You know? Fuck. Hey, Zak Jones.
Yeah, thinking
Keep
of you,
rolling,
mate.
brother.
Yeah.
We're with you. Keep rolling. Let's get into some football. Lots happened. We're going to talk about some football here. Big round of football. Friday night, Geelong by 20 points over Collingwood. That now puts Collingwood in 12th position. Tell you what, something that Geelong don't do. Mm-hmm. What'd you do then?
What's that?
Did you do a Harry Potter thing then or not?
I didn't even say anything.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were laughing at something you did then.
You're on edge.
Tell you
no,
something.
I was just checking we're still recording.
Okay, good. Tell you something. Are we?
Yeah, we're on.
Good. Tell you something Geelong don't do. Mm-hmm. Take years to rebuild.
That's true.
They don't do that, man. They've done this in a month.
Yeah.
Which is just
the old
wild.
month-long rebuild.
And it was tough for them. Like, you think about North, who were going through a rebuild.
Yeah.
Saints fans haven't won a flag since 66.
Yeah.
Just think about every Cats fan in that 4-week period.
No, I'm feeling for them.
From May to June, they won 2 games. That was a rebuild for them. But that would have been dark days to not see any light at the end of the tunnel for 2 months and be like, oh, now we're good. It is crazy. They're now third on the ladder. Third on the ladder after we pretty much wrote them off.
Unbelievable start, unbelievable drop-off, and then the return has just been incredible.
It's been great. They're playing some good footy. Now, I don't know if you guys heard this through the broadcast, but Dacos had his leg amputated. We did get to the bottom of it. First, we thought it was hamstring. Then we thought it might have been that he lost his leg on the field.
Yep.
Turns out it was just a corky.
Yep.
So I'm glad we spent 15 minutes on that. And I don't know what they did to Cameron, the Pies, but he takes these games against them so personally. Like, he's really, really mad with them when he plays against them. Decided to wear the fluoro boots again, which we were very, very iffy on.
Not onto it. Yeah.
Not on, but he wore them again, and now he's kicked something like 60 goals in 16 games against them.
Yeah.
He's just hates playing against them, hates them as well.
That's quite a stat. 60 goals in the last
crazy,
16. Wow.
Crazy. And it's like the way he tackled Nakos was like how he felt against the Pies.
Yeah, sure.
Just
this is personal.
Disregarded like they were nothing. And everyone, we all want to know what's wrong with the Pies. I think they're just emotionally drained. Like, it's been a big 12 months for them. Don't you reckon? Like, every game last year, they were on edge and they were just win. They were coming from behind, and that's emotionally draining to come behind. And then you win to do that for what felt like the whole season last year. I think they just honestly need a break.
Yeah.
To just go away, go to Bali, Noosa, go to the States, go wherever you want to go, and just have a holiday.
Imagine if you could just redshirt as a club. Just have a year off.
Just have a year. I think, honestly, they don't make finals this year, which I think they've got a tough run. They've now got some injuries. Go and get some rest. Go work in the preseason, the off season. Get everything right. Get the boys fresh. Get them emotionally recharged. And if you do that, I wouldn't be surprised if they're the best team in 2025.
Yeah, true.
You know, like that's just. I think that's where they're at. Just go away and get better. Get better.
Yeah. Oh God, this ladder. It's because they take on the Hawks next week, which is
at the G as well.
At the G, Hawthorn home game.
Wow.
But same amount of points as Collingwood.
So that will pretty much make or break Collingwood's season. Probably both their season. Round 19, you're thinking you both need a win.
Yep.
Loser can't make finals.
Yep. I feel pretty comfortable with that.
That's a
Huge.
big. They'll get 80 there. Oh, maybe not 70.
Yeah, that's pretty big. 4:35 Saturday. Yeah.
Oh, good time too.
Are we not going to that?
We will be there. I
think we might be going to that.
I'll be there. Finally making a footy appearance. People say I don't go to footy. It's very true. I don't really go to footy.
You don't. Sometimes you leave halfway through and I go, where are you?
I only go to like if I'm behind the glass.
Yeah.
There's a drinks package on.
But we were behind the glass that day.
Yeah, well, it was a bit much for me.
Yeah, a bit much.
Hey, on Saturday night, I had no idea what happened on Saturday, but just a wild day of football. Everything that could go wrong did go wrong for teams. Hawks spit on that thing and beat Freo by 13. Hawk tore all over it. This was, and we talk about must-win games, this was must-win for both teams. Freo probably needed to come here to put some cement on that top 4 position, and Hawks needed it to really stay in touch. And Freo in Tassie on the TV was a weird optic for me.
It's yucky, isn't it?
Just looked...
Yeah. No, it's not
aesthetically not right.
No, it's not.
They didn't. Yeah, I didn't like. They had good control in the game for most of the game. They looked like they were going to win.
Mm-hmm.
Midfield went head to head with Hawks midfield, and tell you what, just bashed the piss out of each other.
Yeah.
Good tackling game. Genuinely hated each other. And then when they went forward, they had the big Kahuna, who was on song. He's been in good form, big Kahuna. Nev was on fire as well. So they looked like they had control of it. Their mids were getting back to help defense. Arlo Draper has the nicest eyebrows in the league.
Oh, that's a good pickup.
Have you seen him?
Yeah, they are quite nice. Who would have better eyebrows?
Nah, I think he's doing some work to those. They look great.
Yeah,
They're
okay.
immaculate eyebrows.
Yeah, nice. Good pickup.
Best brows in the game by a mile. And then the Hawks just reached down deep. Reached out and said, what's this down there? Oh, that's right, it's a dog. Oh, that's where you've been.
Yeah.
Put that in the fourth quarter.
There you go.
Thank you very much. And of course it was going to be the man who we said needed to have a big game. From blood clots to ice in the veins, the wizard stepped up.
Yeah.
Had a rough year. Yeah, he kicked 619 before this moment. Reaches back with the one-hand diving pluck. Did he need a dive? Probably not. But did it because he's cool with it.
Totally.
Dove back, took an absolute pluck on an angle, goes back, ices the game.
Yeah.
It was always going to be him. The whiz. Unbelievable. Unbelievable scenes. Turning the crowd, icing his veins.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming, boys. Yeah. Loved it.
And you got that cool little animation with the photos.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
Just, they're cool with it. And what Sam Mitchell has done with this team is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like, they fought against North in what we called Battle of the Spoon.
Yeah.
Early this year.
Embarrassing. We look stupid.
We look so dumb. And they've turned around. Sam Mitchell's a genius.
Yeah.
What he's done this team is just crazy. They're now fighting for finals, which is unbelievable. I think they've had 2 losses maybe in the last 10 weeks. One was against Geelong where they got thumped, obviously, but then they gave one up against Port and Adelaide.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just crazy.
Yeah. And they should have won the game against Collingwood in Adelaide. Now think about it in the other round.
Yeah. So they're legit.
Yeah.
They're just a team that digs deep. Like, you look at them and you go, on paper, if you put the teams down, you go, okay, anyone can beat this team, really.
Yeah.
But they just got that, what's that, dog in them. Like, they just keep coming and coming for more. They don't back down.
They don't stop.
They very rarely in the last 10 weeks, except for Geelong, roll over and cop it. Just dogs. And Freo now,
Yeah, and I think about, like, they haven't even had, Chad Wingard playing, who I think would be crucial in a team like this. A little bit of experience, but still with the flair.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who knows?
And Freo go back to Perth now with some question marks.
Yeah.
What are we as a team?
I mean, they brought the flags down to Launceston so they could start, drawing out where to put the cement for that top 4.
Yeah, they did.
And they had to put that away.
And they go back home and try and regroup all again.
Yeah.
And then,
Who have they got this week? Let's have a look.
I'm not sure, but it's so funny because we look at the next game, we're about to preview Carlton with Freo losing and then the Bombers losing, get away with absolute murder for losing against the Dogs. So they stay second.
Yeah.
That loss meant nothing to them now.
Yeah.
This race for the top 4 is getting crazy because now the Blues, again, have North. So you think they're going to start laying some flags down for the cement.
Yeah, true.
Crazy. The other games started at the same time, which was just an absolute nightmare for me to watch. Sydney v North. Did you see the Heeney signs getting around?
Oh, Freeney.
Freeney. A lot of free Heeney. A lot of, what if it was Dacos?
Yeah, very good.
So the crowd, they weren't happy,
No,
which we love. We love the Sydney crowd. They're doing some things in a day game in Sydney.
Yeah.
That's a vibe.
Yeah.
We got to get there for a day game.
I would love. I've never been to the SCG.
If there's a final with the SCG, we'll try and get there.
Oh,
because I think
all over it.
it's a bit party time. But I said this game would be close. And if you thought that, under 100 points would be close, then I'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
I was right. 79 point was a moral win for the Kangaroos.
Yeah.
Keep it 100. That's a win.
Yep. Sometimes you just have to be realistic about these things, don't you?
It was a good result for them.
Yeah.
You just saw Sydney. They just took their anger out
Yep.
on the Roos. Lost 2 in a row. Lose Heeney. It was like, okay, vengeance. McDonald went nuts. He got back to kicking goals, which is good, given his fortnight that he's had. But, it was good to see him fluff. Now, I've taken the Y off that because Heeney's off. So the fluff got to work.
Luffy.
Fluff. Gordon and Warner combined for 70 touches and 2 goals. Grundy is now an All-Australian ruckman.
Yep. Firm lock.
Yeah, with Gorn out, lock him away.
Yep.
Crazy. What a year to turn it around. And they put their season back on track. Sench put this out on his footy page. Sench footy?
Sench, yep.
Sench, yeah. Which is, I think the Dogs have something similar, but their goal kicking spread is just wild. Amadi 34, Papley 30, Warner 28, McDonald 28, Hayward 28, Heeney 23, but he would have taken that to 30 if he played.
That's true. That's true. You've got to think about these things.
What a spread to know that if you lock away one, but then there's 5 others that will get you. Whether you look at the Blues, it's the opposite. It's Kerno or Harry, and then
it's so true.
She's pretty dry after that.
Yeah, it's true. You'll have a few that'll bob up for one, but
dangerous spread. And then also the good story in this is Luke Parker coming back for his first game this year, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. Has he played?
No, surely he played before he was dropped.
Don't know. Anyway, he went down to Frankston and King hit someone and then came back as the sub and then comes on the ground, gets a mark, goes back, kicks his 200th game, 200th goal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Kicked his 200th goal and the SCG just erupted.
Yeah.
Like, it was crazy what happened to the crowd there. They went absolutely off. So he can't go at that team.
No.
He looks like he would die for this team. And you need blokes in your team who are going to die for the cause.
Literally the Bloods.
Yeah.
Like just,
he will bleed red for this team.
Yeah.
They're bringing in 400 games of experience with him and Mills pretty much.
That's insane, isn't it?
So they're scary now, come back. I know they had those 2 little minor hiccups, but in the back end of this season now, they get their home finals. They'll walk to a grand final.
Yep. Well, look, I'm just looking at it now. They've had 14 wins and Carlton have had 11. They're going to be tough to catch.
No one's catching them. They're getting 2 home finals. Yeah. 2 home finals. Lock them in for a grand final, unless they get a lot of injuries. They're as safe as houses.
Yeah. Good on. I'd like to see them in the grand final. I like the Swannies.
So do I. I think everyone does. Tell you what's not safe as houses. The Blues at the moment. Getting a bit shaky here. Dogs put the lid back on the Blues. They won by 14 points. In Cripper's 200th, the Dogs absolutely walked Carlton around Marvel.
Yeah.
Dogs, do you want to be a good team or not? Like, what do you want to do? Do you want to win a flag or just finish 9th? Because I can't get around you. They're literally like the Suns when the Suns travel outside of Gold Coast. Like, every second week, the Dogs are unbelievable.
Yep.
Or they're just stinky ass.
It's true.
I cannot get around. They came in, they just wanted more. Treloar does a calf in the warm-up. They come out and kick 7 points straight. And you're thinking, okay, this is going to be a game where nothing goes right for them. Then after the quarter time, they just dominated the game pretty much. In the midfield, they tackled. They were just hungrier. No Jones, no Norton. Rory Lobb down back was great. It's been an absolute masterstroke by Bevo. I mean, in the first quarter for Lobb, it did look like he was finding out what that business is about.
Yeah,
playing against the Coleman medalist.
Yeah.
But he came back, and the last 3 quarters were really good. Riley West turned into fucking Tony Lockett. Where did he come from? Popping up for 4 goals, just destroying us. Jamara was Buddy Franklin.
Yeah.
Just everything was going right for him after that first quarter.
Yeah.
And I was sat here like a bloody idiot and assumed Cribber's 200th, the Dogs without 3 of their best players, this is just going to be a walk in the park for them. Shit the bed. Shoot him. Poo everywhere. For a bloke that literally broke his back carrying this club. The least they could have done was win this game against the Doggies.
Yeah.
Charlie kicked 3-7, just disgusting. Wiedering, thank God, had a corky guard on.
Yeah.
But he needs some help down there defending.
Yeah,
After
totally.
Wiedering, it gets thin. Thin. I love Brody Kemp, but he makes me nervous as a defender.
What other options have you got at the moment?
Lewis Young's in the 2s.
Yeah.
McGovern was out.
Yeah.
Bring him back. That defense looks a bit different.
Totally.
But I think there's just something. If you're going to get a hold of the Blues, you lock down Charlie Harry, you win the midfield battle, and you just get it in and repeat inside 50s because that defence gets shaky.
Yeah.
But one of the Dogs, Cripper tried his best at the end to drag him over the line again, had 28 and 2, and you looked in the last quarter, you think, wow, he's actually going to drag him over here. But the way this thing's going, then Charlie just kept missing everything, and it's just that any hope of them stealing it in the last 10 minutes just
wasn't going to happen.
Went down like a lead balloon. We do need to give Harry Mackay some credit here.
Okay.
This is a bloke last year who we all sledged because he couldn't find water if he fell out of a boat.
Yeah.
And he's kicked 42 goals this year. He's now taking set shots like a normal set shot. Like, credit to him for going away and putting in some work in the off-season, grinding and coming back to do what he's doing.
Yeah, and just go, you know what? Just because I'm 15 metres out directly in front, I better not just go for a snap.
Yeah. Like, do I need a snap from the goal square? Probably not.
Probably not. So good on him.
Good. I love that. Like a real mindset change. And now no one's really spoken about it because we don't really like giving credit in this shitty industry.
No, but there's not one Carlton fan out here that when watching him for an important set shot wouldn't be thinking, oh, God.
Oh, still shaking. Yeah, that's that. Yeah, for sure.
You would pretty comfortably say that if there had to be a Carlton player to have a goal after the siren to win you a grand final, he would be the last person really that you would want to be kicking.
That's probably the greatest call you've had on this pod this year. Great call, yeah. He makes you nervous still.
Yeah.
But hey, if you want, first quarter, all the confidence in the world for him to go back and slot it. Just nervous when it comes down to the wire. But 6 weeks the Blues have to sort their shit out. And it's not a bad time to lose too. We've seen Sydney do it. You probably, we've said, you don't want to be up. It's hard to stay up. You want some downs, you want some losses coming in the finals. So they got 6 weeks to sort their shit out. They look like they're trying to do some new things. 2 rucks isn't working. I think they're trying to use last 2 weeks maybe to work out if 2 rucks is going to work. It's not going to work. TDK's your man. We love Pitto, but strength, VFL.
Yeah.
Be very strong in the VFL. You can be as strong as you want, but we need Tom going solo. Yeah. 6 weeks short. They look like they're trying to do some different stuff with ball movement. I think they're going to come back, hopefully against North, and just get back to basics, get back to work, and be like, we are very good at what we do.
Poor old North, just copping Sydney.
Copping the absolute vengeance of the best 2 teams in the comp.
Just copping it.
I know. So we look at the defenders for North. Comben against Harry.
Yeah.
Core against Charlie. It might be a good time to give some of the Blues boys a rest. Maybe give Charlie a rest.
Yeah.
I mean, he wants a Coleman, so now it's hard.
That's true, though.
It is hard, but they'll sort it out. Not a bad time. They'll sort it out. But, I mean, we're talking about celebrations. Post-game, Cribber 200. That function was absolutely wild. It was a movie. It was awesome. Beers, lads, DJ, music, just dabbing up everyone. It was best night of my life.
Were you there?
I was there, mate.
Yeah, right.
I was in the car park waiting for the invite. I had the phone on. Big time. I was. I knew it was at the club, so I went there in the car. I drove there, and just waiting for Doc to text me, be like, "Hey, mate, Cribber wants you here." I'm like, the crazy thing is, I'm in the car park.
Yeah.
Do you want me to, okay, fair enough.
At the Great Northern, so that actually
that's weird. I was around the corner having a beer. That's fine. So so I sat in the car park for a fair bit. Then got to like 1 a.m. and thought better go home.
Yeah.
When the boys started rolling out, I thought, better get out of here quickly.
But that's just down to the loss. I think, win, you're in.
It's all optics, Ollie. It's like, is this a good idea to bring goals to Cribber's 200th?
Yeah.
After a loss? Probably not.
No,
if they'd won, I'm there.
Yeah.
So, absolute movie. I had a blast drinking some 0-0s in the car. It was great. Here we go. Take your medicine. St Kilda, Adelaide. In Adelaide. Now, you had this coming, Ollie. You are so entitled, aren't you?
Why am I entitled?
You've been talking. You've been running that little bulldog mouth. Running that bulldog mouth on that puppy dog ass. That's what you've been doing.
Yep.
Yeah, this coming, mate. And I'm with Adelaide fans. You deserve this loss.
Really? That feels harsh.
You only watch half this game. Tell me what you saw in a half of football that made you swap over from the footy to Harry Potter.
Oh, look, honestly, it was just one of those frustrating things where it got to the point clearly with the weather that one goal, either direction, could be it, essentially. And then when you get piled on, that just feels like a bit of a piss take.
It was a chopstick special this game.
I just thought to myself, okay, even if Adelaide had kicked one goal
over.
And then that had been it, I don't know, it would have been an easier watch because it's clear it's really difficult to pick up right now. But the fact that they piled it on, that was tough.
I mean, who would have thought that a team that struggles to score under a roof at Marvel would have struggled to score pissing down rain? Like, I didn't see that coming at all. Really? That is crazy. Well, it's not all bad though for you guys.
No.
Bad season, bad loss, but at the moment you have pick 4 in the draft.
Okay.
Josh Battle's gone. He's leaving. I'm sorry,
that's
mate.
just not true.
He is. I spoke to someone. He's gone.
Oh, you've got a thorough source,
I
have you?
actually generally do.
You've got a thorough source, okay.
I actually do. He's gone. So you'll get pick 5 in compo for him. So you're sitting on pick 4 and 5. I know. That face sums it up.
For what?
Yeah. Hawthorn AFL compensation pick for Battle is pick 5.
That's quite generous, isn't it?
Very generous. So you'd probably be saying take him. I think the deal that he's getting offered is like 5 at 800.
But pick 5, really?
Yeah, that's your compo.
There you go.
You're not going to match 5 at 800 for him.
No.
So you get
war chest,
no.
but yeah.
Pick 4 and 5. 4 and 5, and you lose Battle. That's a good year for you guys.
Yeah. Well,
good season.
Well, not when we've just played finals, but I think that your point is that there's maybe positives to find in it, which is true.
Pick 4 and 5 through the door's good.
I mean, that is unbelievable. And I will say, I am so stoked with our younger kids. I really am. I think Mateus Philippou has shown just enough.
Yep.
Darcy Wilson is clearly going to be an elite player. Nazire Wanganeen-Miller is nowhere near his best.
No.
Same as sort of even like a Hunter Clark or, Windhager. Like, I'm going, there's a nucleus. There is totally a nucleus.
Yeah, you got some stuff there. You got some weapons. And you got a war chest as well. So
and
look
we
out
got a
next
war
year.
chest, exactly.
Got a war chest. For Adelaide, I think the big thing we took out of Adelaide is Big Riley.
Yeah,
Phil Thorpe. He's so big.
He's a big boy, isn't he?
He is a big son of a bitch. Like, he is crazy big. He's got a great beard.
Yeah.
Comes on as a sub, kicks 2 in the wet. And then, instead of going to sing the song with the boys, strength and conditioning pull him out of the huddle and say, hey, you're still warm. You got to run some laps.
Does that really happen?
Really happened.
They put what, pre-song?
Pulled him pre-song and said, no, we've got to get some more conditioning in your legs. Don't sing. Get back out when it's raining cat and dogs and go and run some laps.
How entitled are even the physios at that club that go, you know what, I'm not even going to allow you an opportunity to enjoy yourself, mate.
I know. Well done, Adelaide. Been a shitty year, a slog, but the last 3-4 weeks, you've been playing some good footy, you're getting some reward there. You now separate yourself from probably the worst 4 teams in the league.
Yeah.
So now you're in that kind of shitty middle period of the bottom echelon of the ladder.
It's true.
So you separate yourself from being arse.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Separated from the arse.
Yeah. You're now not part of the anus. You're just above.
You're sort of like a T3 on the spine.
Yeah, you're the stomach.
Yeah.
Melbourne, Essendon, the Dons with Blues and Freo losing.
Yep.
Had the chance to jump to second on the ladder and just squatted and soiled themselves. Dees win by 17 points.
Gross.
Now, the scariest slides in the world, I did some research. Number 1 is Mammoth Holiday World and Splashing Safari in Indiana. The world's first 6-person water coaster covers over 3 acres of Splash and Safari Park and has a length of just less than a third of a mile. The second scariest slide, Aqua Loop in Mexico. The Aqua Loop is one of few water slides to feature almost vertical loop. The loop. Riders start by standing on a trapdoor. The drop then allows them to follow enough speed up to 60 k's an hour to make it around the loop. The third scariest slide in the world, the Essendon Football Club. The slide from second to potentially out of the 8.
That's very good. Well done, Daniel.
Nailed it.
That was very good. I loved it.
Nailed it. Sorry. Referring to Trump.
Yeah.
And I keep saying it. They just make me nervous about what they're doing.
Yep.
Out of every team in the 8, I still think they're going to make the finals. I have them making the finals. I have them losing a final. But they just make me nervous.
Yep.
And I think now we're starting to see, okay, maybe Essendon fans are feeling the same way about how I'm feeling about them. But to lose to a team that we saw at team selection didn't even want to bring in a ruckman in those conditions where it's pouring rain and the Dees hate playing in the rain. They are probably the worst team to play in the rain. To lose to them and to at the selection table still take in potentially the world's tallest forward line, thinking that would be a good idea, is just, I feel like Brad Scott lost this game
Yeah.
at match committee. Like, you know it's going to piss down rain. Why are you taking 5 tools in?
Can you just, for the uninitiated, now I just want to confirm I get it,
Mm.
but just why is that? It's just not. It's just
In the rain,
Yeah.
you're just like, no one's clunking balls in the rain. You don't need a Peter Wright, a
No.
Jones, a Langford, a Caddy, then a resting Draper. Like, too much.
Yep.
Way too much.
But they
So-
are all very good players for them,
They're
right? So
all-
like it's difficult to not pick them.
It is, but in the rain, sometimes you have to take your medicine and be like, hey, maybe we just go Langford and one other tool. We don't need everyone in this team being over 6'5".
Yeah, sure.
The Dees just played it perfectly. The conditions they played perfectly. No, they didn't muck around with it. They got it forward. We all laughed that they didn't bring in a ruckman, but Van Rooyen, who kicked 4 the week before, took a selfish role and said, hey, Goody, I know I can kick goals, but you want me to ruck? My dog, I'll ruck. Petty also was pretty good. He was competitive. Maybe actually probably one of his better games in the ruck. Now, he didn't light up at all, but he limited what Draper did. He was good around the ground. He's competitive. Melksham has come in and made his team so much better. He's given like Bailey Fritsch a new life. He allows Cozzy Pickett to get off the chain. So what he's doing for them has gone not unnoticed, but unappreciated, I think, by the community.
Also, still no movement in Fritsch's hair, especially in that weather as well.
It
So
was
just-
very good, yeah. It did look like the gel came out of it,
Yeah,
but
a little
still
bit.
very much the structure was there.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it was very good. And they had 9 players under 22. This Dees team is still good. No Gawn. Gawn comes back in. Now, I don't think they'll fire a shot in the finals if they make finals, but they'd be a bit like St Kilda, happy with what the young kids are doing and looking towards what they can do next year when they get everyone back.
Yeah.
Good win. Good win. They're just a team going about their business. Back in the 8 now. Back in the 8. And then post-game, I saw something that made me go, what's happening here? Merritt rolling around in a Lamborghini. How much cash is he on?
Yeah.
How much are we paying him?
Yeah.
Why have you got a Lamborghini? Why are you not even putting that in like a undercover car park in your garage? You're going to park it on the street?
See, I feel like I've missed something. I just assumed that all AFL players were driving around
You've
in
said
that
that
kind
before,
of.
yeah.
Like I've just got this image in my head that you're all like.
Loaded?
Well, pretty much are.
No, yeah, I chose to drive a Holden Captiva by myself. That's why. I didn't want to drive around a Lambo. I chose to get that my first car.
Well, to be fair, when I pulled up at the lights the other day and I saw Wilkie carpooling with Dan Butler on the way to the game, I'm like, okay, if we're carpooling, then it's not
Then you know.
Premier League
Crazy.
kind of level.
Hey,
but
this
there
guy's
you
got
go.
some cash.
Yeah.
Lambo, driving around a Lambo, rolling into the game in a Lambo?
Yeah.
What?
Imagine pulling up at Marvel in a Lambo. It just doesn't quite.
No, undercover so the lights turn on.
yeah.
That gets a $500,000 car as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't it? You had a
Yeah,
look,
I put it on there. Yeah, 423, second hand, 2022 model.
I'm going to say, I bet you it's got a garage, but they moved it out for the video.
True. I think people were saying he's with Dutton.
What's
the
that?
sponsorship, Dutton have like a prestige car sponsorship to the club because apparently he was rolling around in a Bugatti the week before. What's he doing?
Okay.
Oh, God, what is happening here?
Now that is a bit too much.
Merritt's just rolling around in like the nicest cars ever.
Yeah.
Someone said we have to call him Mr. Lambo.
Yeah, good.
Mr. Lambo. If he rolls around in an Aston Martin next week, 007 would be next level. Mr. 007. On Sunday, Gold Coast keep their unbeaten record at home alive, 14-point winners over Port. And the best thing, we got Hutto and Hill on this game again.
Yep.
They're like LeBron and Curry at the Olympics. Just the best. Get them together and it's absolute fireworks.
Yeah, it doesn't matter like how crap
Doesn't
the game
matter.
is. The happiness, because like it's like the happiness can be found in the darkest of times. He comes in, you're like,
You got to
thank
be happy.
God.
You're happy.
Yeah.
It made everything better on a Sunday. And they're always going to win this game at home.
Yeah.
Like you just saw it coming from a mile away.
Yeah.
Haven't lost at home this year. They get Port up there. And it was their first win against Port since 2011, which was actually their first ever win in the AFL.
No.
And I played that game.
Since 2011.
Mm-hmm.
So,
It was their first.
I remember the game, but
Yeah,
that was
I
their
played
last
that-
win.
Yeah, against Port.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was in that game as well. And it was the first time the Suns had beaten Port without Dan Gorringe in the team.
So read into that. What do you will.
Yeah, a
Now,
great
that was
win.
from, sorry, that was a, did Charlie Dixon win that game for?
No, so Luke Russell came on as a sub. I got
Right.
subbed out. Selfish role. I knew. I said, Bluey, I know I've had 3 touches and I'm setting the tone here and the boys are being inspired, but take me out and put Luke Russell on.
Jeez, he left that bit out.
So he did that and we come up and won and we all
Right.
sung the song, which was
Yeah.
great fun for
Did
me.
you knew the lyrics?
No, the guy held Barry. Big Barry held the sign up.
That's
I had
so
no
good.
idea what they were. So it was a great day. Good memories of that one. Embarrassing myself in front of the family at home at Adelaide Oval. But my favourite thing coming out of this season is how unbelievable the Suns are at home and how just absolute stink they are away. It's actually, like, how can you do that?
Yeah, there needs to be some sort of
investigation what they're
into
doing.
it, yeah.
And I think I know after this game what Port are. Port are a very good mid-table team that is ready to retire a few of the old players. I think they need this. This team will look completely different next year. They've got some issues up forward. They've got some issues down back. They've got some issues with their coaching. They've now got issues with injuries. Like, this team is going to be very different in 2025.
Yeah.
Completely different.
Hopefully it's just a quick sort of 4 or 5 week rebuild like the Cats.
I don't think they've got it in them. Only Cats can do that.
Yeah.
And the Gold Coast, we talk about draft picks. The Gold Coast, they're going to win probably all their home games. They get another 3 there, I think.
Yep.
Another 2 coming up, sorry. And then they've got 4 away.
Mm-hmm.
So if they can win another 3 games, they'll probably play in finals.
Okay, so they've got Giants away.
Lose that.
Coming up on the weekend. Then they've got the Q Clash on the Gold Coast.
Oh, that's a good one. That's their season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is for sure their season. Then they travel to Optus against West Coast.
Oh, history says they lose.
So, yeah, totally. Then they've got Bombers at Marvel.
Lose.
So that's just a loss. And then Melbourne on the Gold Coast.
Win.
And that's it.
That's Q. So Q Clash is their season.
Sorry, apologies. Last game for them, Richmond at the MCG. So probably still.
I think they're making finals, man.
Yeah.
I've got them in finals, their first appearance, which is going to be unbelievable. Actually, you know what? It'll be so exciting to see.
It'll be pretty cool.
It's something pretty cool about a team who's never been there going there. Now, I think they'll lose a final if it's not at home.
Yeah.
But regardless of what happens, yeah, that's definitely going to happen. They're definitely losing away. But regardless of what happens, they have pick 8 in the draft. They're going to get a pick 9 as well. So they've got pick 8 and 9 with the trade they did with the Doggies. So they have this team that's going to play finals for the first time. They get pick 8 and 9.
Yeah,
Dimmer literally has the keys to Merritt's Lamborghini with this team. This is a team that will, if they make a top 4 next year, look out. And getting Dusty as well.
Which is a lock.
And Rioli. Jeez. Yeah, I had here the Suns now play Giants at NG. They'll lose that. That's a shit-hole stadium as well, if I haven't mentioned that before. But speaking of the Giants, they won by 4 goals because Tigers the G. Now, they came out swinging before the bounce. You see the banner?
Yeah, I did.
Giants don't fuck around. Fuck around with the Giants and find out.
Yep.
You know, they don't give a fuck. The banner read, Dusty, we love you. Hope you're on the up. Might see you next year in the Expansion Cup.
Yeah.
Just jabbing for that.
Bold, isn't
Game's
it?
won. Game's over. You know what? The Tigers are competitive, and that's all we've really wanted from the Tigers. Just to come out and show some fight. They absolutely have no one playing for them. They've got no soldiers at all. But to just go there and put up a fight, make the Giants earn it. It was actually good. Shit game to watch, but good to see.
Yeah, absolutely. Who was that young kid with the funny name?
Steely
Green.
Steely Green.
Did you hear the bizarre pump up he got before his first set shot?
No.
So like normally, honestly, the script is very much just like he comes from a good footy family, like out of Haileybury or, you know, Oatley Chargers, whatever. He's always dreamed, or his dad used to play. And then they came up with this bizarre story about a near-death experience off a boat. And you're going, I just don't feel like this is relevant.
That's our commentary team.
It was bizarre.
That's a Channel 7 special.
Yeah.
We love that. Good on him. Yeah, that's so weird. It's doing some weird stuff.
But good day for the Greens.
Good
all
day.
3 of them.
Yeah, they were all good. Yeah, you're right. Toby kicked 4. Tom just went nuts.
Yep.
Steely did his own thing, almost died out there, I think.
Yep.
But the crowd was like, is everyone off the bandwagon? Only 19K there.
Yeah.
But is that weather? We're seeing weather?
Yeah. I mean, that's not a shock,
In hindsight, that's always a Marvel Stadium job, isn't it?
Yeah.
That game.
Definitely.
Yeah, because no one was there anyway, so you could have had it there.
Yeah.
Could have moved at last minute.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I do feel for Richmond fans. It's been a horrible year and they're sticking fat. It's the 19,000 that went. Good on you for going there.
Because it was 19 Richmond fans. Like, that was...
It was, literally. The Giants fans didn't really rock up. But Giants just did what they needed to do. Toby was good, as we said. Hogan has the best hands in the comp. Good turnaround from Hogan. His career's been unbelievable. Number 1 pick to Melbourne. Things are going right. Goes to Freo. Doesn't go the way he wants there. That shit video came out about him.
Yeah.
Horrible. Goes through all this stuff. Goes to the Giants on pretty much a lifeline.
Yeah.
Now he's going to kick 50 goals this year. Maybe win a Coleman.
Had testicular cancer at one point there.
Fuck, what a dog. And Giants have found their tsunami back. We've been waiting for them to get this ball moving back. They are lightning at a halfback again.
Didn't they mention that on the coverage?
Oh, did they?
If I had one more wave
I had
comment.
it on mute.
It was wave central.
Well, their wave is back big time.
Yeah, but it was true.
Yeah,
you know.
Exactly. The last game of the round was the Do It for Simo game. Eagles go down by 13 points to Brisbane. And before the game, Simo comes out, tosses the coin in a retro jacket. Cool with it. Just got sacked, but still cool with it.
And then did the gag of
Did the
throwing
gag,
it
looked up,
Where is
just didn't give a fuck. Went up to the box of the boys, had some beers, and just said, "What of it? I'm retired."
It would have been his most enjoyable Eagles experience.
Would have been his. Yeah, it would have been. I mean, the premiership was pretty good.
Well, throughout the game though, let's just say from quarter one to quarter
Yes,
four.
I mean, in the last 3 years, it would have been his best moment at Optus behind glass.
Yep. Well said.
Would have loved it.
Yeah.
Now, I did see he was in the box there. You had Jerry McGovern. Also saw Willie Rowley there.
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I suppose Ryan's...
in season.
Yeah. True. No, true.
Fuck, I don't even care anymore. I thought it was going to be way more bigger than it was. Bugger it.
Well, hang on. To be fair...
Did he play?
No, well, clearly he wouldn't have. Clearly he wouldn't have.
Yeah, that's a quick flight. Even though PJ,
But
he didn't play.
Maybe you'd prefer in a perfect world him to watch the Port game in Adelaide or, you know...
He might have had it on his phone on KO. I think he's a professional, mate. He would have. He would have. But they, I saw him there. Also, a big tap watch for Schofield, Jared Schofield, coach of the Eagles. Big arm sleeve.
No.
Yeah. I think first coach in AFL history to just roll out an arm sleeve.
That's a great call. Coach tat watch.
Yeah.
That's...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big one. The Eagles are solid, though. They made Brisbane work for it. They were very competitive. I think what they should do, they're looking for a new coach, rehire Simo. Put him on like a 6-game contract and say, look.
A pay per play.
Yeah. It smelt like to me, just like a re-jolting of the system. Get rid of the coach, re-jolt the boys, bring him back in.
Imagine him being on the short list. That's so funny. Yeah.
Yeah, they were good, though. And now for Brisbane, they're good again. They're scary. Yeah, you guys remember that team that played in the grand final, the other team that lost it? Then they had a bad start of the year and we kind of forgot about them. They're good again. Top 4 now.
Yeah.
How did that happen? Just now, we talk about them in the top 8 and we had a big chat about how Essendon hadn't beaten a top 8 team.
Mm-hmm.
Brisbane have only beaten one top 8 side. So I still don't look into that. I think they're so scary.
Yeah.
They are a team that's doing some things. Like, how the fuck have they done this?
Yeah.
We totally have not paid them any attention. They've snuck back up the ladder.
And you know what? Rightly so, though. Like, they were pretty bad at one point there, where you just go, okay, well.
Post-bye, we said their season starts now, and that, mate.
Yeah.
Have they just kept ticking boxes along the way? With Heeney out of the Brownlow, Cripper will lead the Brownlow through half of the season, and then Lockie Neal is going to come home with an absolute wet sail.
Where do you feel like Neil was for that time that Cripps would have been leading? He was still getting votes.
Good. It was him, Andrews, and someone else who was still holding the ship up when they were losing those games early in the season. So he'll pinch a 1 or a 2 in those games, and his back half they've won. So he's getting 3s. What he's done is just crazy. I'd be honestly, if you like a little bit of a punt, looking at him to come home.
How good. I love him. I actually love him.
He's put talk about good captains, talk about Cripper being a good captain. Neil's a good captain.
Yeah, perfect.
Just a great captain.
Yep.
Just picked him up and put him back on track. So they're going to be scary. They get a home final again if they finish top 4. Last year, no one could beat them there. I love football, man.
Isn't it good?
This shit's the best. I don't know who's good. I don't know who's bad. I don't know. Sydney are obviously above everyone, but who knows who's going to be in the grand final?
Nah.
Who knows what the final's going to look like? Bring it on. I'm ready to be so heartbroken. I'm ready for a team to just ruin me emotionally. 6 weeks to go, then let's get into it.
You're prepped, aren't you?
I am.
I can see
Let's
it.
take the hearts out, everyone of your team. If your team makes it, take your heart out and just get ready to have it sliced up.
Yep.
I love this game so much. I love it. That brings the episode to an end. On a high. Next step, we're going to go through the team of the year.
Yes.
We need to. We're filling up some
Few
slots
updates.
there. Yeah. We've got some magnets to move on there, so we'll bring that up. Big. Well, let's take a breath now. We've got a couple of days to take a breath, get back into a new round of football.
Yeah.
And we'll go from there.
You've got to message Jack Black now.
I do. It'll be great. I think he'll. I don't think he's gonna follow you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I've got the list anyway of potential people.
Send me the list. We'll see.
You reckon? Have you got any contact with Lockie Neal?
Yeah, I could. Do you want him?
Well, he's on the wish list.
Okay. Yeah.
Nick Revolt is a big one. Rowan Marshall, I feel like I just should be able to, but that's.
I think
thing on
we'll
its own.
work. I didn't mention this before, but I think we might have some merch out maybe this week.
Yeah.
Now we have. Should we tell them about what we're working on already?
Yeah, go on.
So we have, to my absolute I pushed back on this numerous times, and the team kept bringing it to me. Hey, we got to do this. I said, no, I don't want to do this. Hey, we've got a design made up. I think we should do it. I said, no. Hey, we've got some Carlton design. Okay, so what you've done, you've kept going with something that I said no on.
Yeah.
We've got a Little Dan Big Ollie merch piece, which
it's so good. It's so good.
Which I think we're going to run with this week. Hoodies or crews?
I think, well, certainly jumpers, but I don't know if it's a
We're
hoodie
going to
or a crew.
jumpers, so I'm going to try and aim to have this out for our Thursday ep.
Yeah.
And what I'm going to do is I think what we do is a 48-hour flash sale.
Yep.
You have 48 hours to buy the merch.
Yep.
And then we shut it up and we go
You
to the next
watch,
capsule. It'll fly. So I've got that, and I've got 2 others that I've been holding on to. So 3 designs that will release Thursday.
Now the 3, right, so I haven't seen the other 2.
No.
So that's exciting. But
Yeah.
they're not big Ollie Little Dan related. This is
Big Ollie Little Dan's one piece.
Yep.
Oh, I'm going to be so flat if I see that on my morning walks.
How cool will that be, the footy? I cannot
So we got
wait.
that, and I've got a Fraud Watch jumper.
You good?
Which is like, you'll see it. And then I said Dan does footy one.
Okay, nice.
Cool. All right, so we'll aim for that. I'm going to make some calls then now.
Perfect.
Busy few days for Dan.
Let's go.
All right. Hey, everyone, thanks for listening. We'll see you on Thursday.
Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.